Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, for the second subtopic is about relative atomic mass and relative molecular mass. Alright, so in an atom or a molecule is very small and very tiny. Thus, its mass cannot be measured directly using even the most sensitive analytical balance. Scientists need to know only the relative mass of atom or molecule. A standard is needed to define relative mass. In 1961, an atom of carbon-12 was chosen as the standard. Okay, the mass of one atom of carbon-12 is defined as exactly 12 atomic mass unit, AMU. The masses of other atoms or molecules are then measured relative to the mass of an atom of carbon-12. Hence, the value obtained for atom are known as relative atomic mass, whereas the value obtained for the molecule are known as relative molecular mass. So for this type of question, for the definition question, you have to include all the sentence here and without any formula. Okay, definition cannot include formula, just statement. Okay, now we move to the sample calculation of relative molecular mass. Okay, calculate the relative molecular mass of the following compound, carbon dioxide and H3PO4. Right, first of all, you have to know what is the molecular formula of carbon dioxide. That is CO2. Alright, next, by referring to the periodic table, you can find out the atomic mass for each of the atoms. Okay, now here is the sample calculation how you can calculate the relative molecular mass of carbon dioxide. Okay, and here is how you can calculate the relative molecular mass of H3PO4. As you can see here, the answer has no unit. Okay, because the question asks you to calculate relative molecular mass. Relative means comparison in terms of mass. So the mass of carbon dioxide and the mass of H3PO4 is already compared to the carbon-12. Therefore, it has no unit. For the second question, determine the relative atomic mass of an element Y if the ratio of the atomic mass of Y to carbon-12 atom is 0.45. Right, so what is the clue that we can find in this question here is, okay, ratio of Y to carbon is equal to 0.45. So in fact of ratio, it's difficult to perform calculation. Therefore, you have to change from ratio to fraction for easier calculation. Right, next is the sample of calculation. Okay, so you can write like this: mass of Y divided by mass of carbon equal to 0.45. Since we already know the mass of carbon is equals to 12 AMU. So therefore, the answer is 5.4 AMU. Now, we have to refer back to the question. The question asks you to calculate or determine the relative atomic mass, meaning that it should have no unit. However, in this calculation, they still have unit. So therefore, you have to cancel out the unit and you have to perform the second step, okay, by using the formula of relative atomic mass. Now we can cancel out the unit of AMU, okay, and the final answer is 5.4. Alright, so now we move to the third question. Okay, how many times that the mass of 2 bromine atoms are greater than 4 neon atoms? Okay, 2 bromine compared with 4 neon. Okay, and given to you the relative atomic mass of neon is equal to 20 and bromine is equals to 80. So this is the information that we can get from the question in form of ratio. Therefore, you have to change it into fraction for easier calculation. So we can write like this: mass of bromine is divided into mass of neon. It's already mentioned that bromine is 2 atoms and neon is 4. Okay, so the answer here is 2. Okay, you can write the answer in sentence. Therefore, the mass of bromine atom are 2 times greater than neon atoms.